We've reached the end of another season of Regen Rovers, the end of my 6th season in charge. It's flown by, hasn't it? And it's been another good season. We haven't got promoted again, but we have won a trophy. So for those of you that don't watch every single episode of Regen Rovers, this is the main recap from this 6th season. We are the champions of the FA Trophy. We beat the champions of the National League 3-2 at Wembley. Our first ever game at Wembley. Over 19,000 people there to witness this famous win. Our first ever cup win. Of course, we lost the Hampshire Senior Cup final a couple seasons ago against our rivals Winchester City. But this is a much more prestigious competition to win. It's the best non-league tournament to win other than the National League, which York City obviously did, and we prevented them from winning the non-league double. Goals from Alec McCann and Elliot Avison, our hero, in the second half, putting us 3-0 up. They did get 2 quick goals, which made it really challenging for the last 20 odd minutes. But so happy to win a cup competition with Regen Rovers. This is the journey that we made in the FA Trophy, then starting in the first round proper this year. 3-0 win against Dover, then we scraped past Sutton United in the second round after a replay on penalties. We then went to a replay against Dulwich Hamlet as well, but we beat them 2-0 in that second match. We then a 4-3 win, a crazy game against Dagenham and Redbridge. We managed to get past them, and then Chesterfield in the semi-final, 2 legs. We went through 2-1 on aggregate, so it was pretty close. I mean, we didn't win many, apart from that first game, which was convincing. All the other games were very tight, let's be honest. But what a magnificent victory. It's certainly done us a favour financially, because we're still in debt, 66 grand in debt. But looking at this, you can see we have made a profit this month because of all the gate receipts, getting money from Wembley, getting prize money, getting TV revenue. It's worked out rather well. The season as a whole, it's been successful. Of course, we haven't got promoted, but we started off really well. We had a bit of an inconsistent middle and quite a poor end to the season in the league. But we've got to be proud of finishing mid-table in our first ever season in the National League. You can see Aldershot have just won the playoff final. But yeah, 13th, 63 points, -7 goal difference. We only lost 1 more game than we won. I'm really happy with that. Really happy. If we just have a look, we started off so strongly, and we did actually end up in the position that we were. We were never below 13th, which I think is some achievement for our first season in the National League. And next year we got to just hope, and we got to have a bit of belief, I think, that we can improve upon that and push on. Let's just have a quick look at some of the player statistics. So Alec McCann was actually the joint 3rd top goal scorer in the league with 18 goals. That is really impressive. I suspect we won't be able to get him back on loan from Ebbsfleet next year. How have Ebbsfleet got on? They finished 8th in League 2. So, and I think, I mean, how does he compare? Oh, Glenn Evans was out on loan as well. Oh, he's on loan from Leicester. But, I mean, this guy's clearly better than Alec McCann. But if they can't get another good striker on loan, then surely they've got to play Alec McCann. I'll be massively surprised if we can get him on loan for a 3rd season in a row. But we shall see. You never know. We got to have hope. Some other random attributes here. Perry Miles with the 2nd most tackles per game. He has developed into being a decent ball-winning midfielder, I must say. So I think he's nailed down that position. He's made the 4th highest number of appearances, the 5th highest number of appearances for Regen Rovers overall across the 6 seasons, because he came through in the first academy, of course, first intake. Now Perry Webb covered the most ground per 90 minutes. He runs around a lot, but now he's at St Mirren on a permanent basis. Once again, another player, probably struggled to get him back on loan, but we shall see. Key passes, Perry Webb. Most headers, key headers this season, Ian Donnelly, another player who we got back on loan because he did sign for Bournemouth permanently. Most headers, 1. Assini, surprised by that, considering he's only got 4 on heading. I do quite like looking at these player stats. They're fascinating, I think. I don't think we've featured in as many this year as we have previously, because of course we're playing at a higher level and we didn't do as well this season. But we've got players featuring on here. Ian Donnelly, 7th highest number of headers. Chances created, Alec McCann on there. Let's look at the player statistics then. this season. So the player to actually make the most appearances, the most starts was David Okoro, but the most appearances, I'm pretty sure, is Elliot Avison, who made 60 appearances, because he basically either started or came off the bench in every single game this year. He was an important player. 18 goals, 12 goals as well for him. 12 assists, sorry. Let's just stick the under 23s in here as well, so you can have a look. Some of the under 23s did feature. A few of them featured. Goals wise, top goal scorer was that man, Alec McCann again. He got the most goals and the most assists for the second season in a row. Stupendous stuff from him. Avison with 18 goals. Paul McCann with 16, our second top goal scorer ever. But our all-time top goal scorer with 101 goals now is Agu. 14 goals this season. Certainly dropped off this year. Perhaps the National League is just slightly above his level, but he'll continue to come off the bench. Then there's quite a big drop. We've got Perry Webb, Miles, Walker, Okoro, all on 4 goals. I think Perry Webb actually scored 5, because he scored 4 since coming back on loan, and he scored 1. Yeah, so he scored 5 this season. Most man in the match awards goes to... That's not right. Charlie Farrell didn't even appear in the first... That's just confusing. I'm going to turn this off. Under 23s off. Alec McCann and Perry Webb and Higgins all got 4 man of the match awards. Then moving on to the average rating. Alec McCann, top. Surely he's going to win player of the season. There will be a player of the season poll on Twitter as usual. I'll try and remember to link that in the description below, so you can vote for your player of the season. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Give me your recap of the season. What's your opinion of this season? Ian Donnelly. Now he kind of ignore this. He won't overall got the second highest average rating. I think he's probably down in about 5th, because he got 6.9 and then since coming back a 7.07. So that's kind of bit misleading there. Second highest is actually Gareth Hancock, our backup right back, who probably, realistically, has to be our first choice next season. Performed better than Higgins, our captain. Higgins still played well, 6.97, but a massive drop-off from previous seasons. And Okoro, the next best, he was so consistent. Continues to excel in goal for us. And yeah, definitely our most consistent performer this season. Do we have any valuable players in the team? Perry Webb, he's of course been sold. Agu and Paul McCann, surprisingly, our top 2 most valuable players. I'll just quickly go through the under-23s. Goals-wise, top goal scorer, Charlie Farrell, our young player. In fact, we'll put the first team in here, then we can see. It's actually Morgan Fawkes. Yes, Morgan Fawkes scored 40 goals this season for the under-23s in 63 games in all competitions. And he did score 3 goals in the first team as well. Corey Hines up there with 21. Then it's Charlie Farrell. Assist-wise, Hines, then Ray Rigg and Fawkes, 2 of the originals. In fact, the only originals that I think we'll have left, because I'm gonna release Galvin, I'm afraid. He's just not good enough. I think it's going to be Ray Rigg, Morgan Fawkes and Sean Walker will be the last remaining originals from that first season. This is what everyone loves to see, I think. Do you love to see this? I do. I love this. I love the best 11. So the best 11 this season consisted of Okoro in goal, then Higgins, Donnelly, Avison, Halliday, Webb, Owusu, Perry Miles, the 2 McCanns and Elliot Avison. I don't think you can really argue with that 11, to be honest. But the overall best 11 now is this. Sean Walker has appeared the most times for the club in its history. 241 appearances. If Okoro does stay, he's obviously of course got contract problems, but if he does stay, surely he'll overtake very, very soon. He's only 4 behind with Agu sandwiched in between those two with 238 appearances. Our all-time top goal scorer with 101 goals. It's then Paul McCann with 74. Alec McCann has moved into 3rd place despite only being here 2 seasons on loan. We've then got Morgan Fawkes has actually got 51. That's not correct. He's got 51 goals for the club. And strangely, it kept saying Morgan Fawkes had over 200 appearances for the club on the records. I don't know if that's reset. We'll have a look in a second. But all his statistics were wrong for some reason. It's very strange. But this team, this overall best 11, I do like it. Looks good, doesn't it? So many appearances now for some of these players. Where are they now? So Aaron Trollope is still here. Well, he's not here, but he still exists, but he hasn't managed to find another club. Thomas Smith has retired. Matty Ratty, he plays on the wing. He's retired. Tom Reaney, basically all of the players retire. They don't drop down to the 7th, 8th, and 9th tiers. It's very strange why they all just retire. Makes no sense. Alec McCann deservedly has won Player of the Season. Thank goodness for that, because he definitely deserved that. With David Okoro second and Perry Webb third. Okoro most consistent, so you could argue he deserves Player of the Season. But Alec McCann, without him, you know, he scored all the goals. He scored the most goals. He got the most assists. He just has to be there, doesn't he? Signing of the season was actually our backup goalkeeper, Charles Vincent, who played very well when he was called upon. Alec McCann, young player of the season. But goal of the season, and this is my goal of the season, I think. I did do a goal of the season thing at the end of episode 54. I can't remember the... No, 52 am I talking about. The last episode of this season. But look at this for a goal. Absolutely love it. What a strike from Rob Halliday. This is the review then. Looks good. Winning that FA trophy. Average attendance this season has certainly improved. We'll have a look at that properly in a second. If you didn't watch the last episode, you'd have missed the fact that Winchester City have been promoted to this level, to the National League, and they're going to be playing in our stadium next season. So I'm on the icons list now. I think I deserve to be on that icons list. Higgins is there as well. Agu, McCann, Alec McCann, Sammy Orsini, Morgan Fawkes. Okoro should be on there. Let's be honest. Okoro should definitely be on there by now, but he's not for some reason. Let's look at the records then. So, has this reset? Has most league appearances? David Okoro has made the most. So, Morgan Fawkes, it seems to have fixed that problem. He's no longer on there. But yeah, most league goals is Agu. Most league appearances Okoro. Most overall goals scored in one season, Alec McCann. It's all been reset. Marcus Higgins, highest average rating ever in one season. Fastest goal, Paul McCann against Basingstoke 3 seasons ago now. Love this. Love it. Highest league position. We were first at the start of this season, of course. Attendances. So this. Let's have a look at the average attendance in a second. But the highest attendance this season was against Worthing in the FA Cup first round. So that's actually... So it's certainly not beaten last year's, all the previous year's record. But the gate receipts... Yep, 24 grand, not bad. Lowest attendance this year was against Accrington Stanley. I'm surprised that's the lowest. I thought it would have been in the Hampshire... That can't be right. The Hampshire Senior Cup we had lower attendances, I think. Although we might not have played at home, to be fair. The average attendance has significantly increased, though. 818 people this season. That's really good. But that's what we need. We need to be attracting bigger crowds in the National League to help our finances. Biggest win this year against Maidenhead. Biggest defeat, 7-3 against Mansfield, which is, yeah, our biggest ever defeat. Goals wise anyway. We did lose 5 by 4 goals before, but 7 goals conceded in one game. Highest scoring match as well. Most matches won in a row. 6 this season, not bad. Top goal scorer, Alec McCann. We've had 3 McCanns as top goal scorer in the last 3 years. Every single year we've had a striker score at least 20 goals. Which you might think, oh, that's not that impressive, but look at West Ham, my club that I support. I can't even remember the last time we had a striker score 20 goals in one season. Highest average rating. Let's have a look at the leagues then. So Man United, champions of England this season after Man City won it last year. Burnley, Sheffield United and Fulham relegated. The Championship won by Preston with Crystal Palace. Oh, playoff final hasn't been played yet. It's between Blackburn and Huddersfield. QPR, Sunderland and Forest relegated. League One playoff final hasn't been played either. Bolton and Walsall have been promoted so far, with our friends Forest Green, Regen Rovers, getting relegated to League Two. League Two won by Swindon, with Wimbledon and Doncaster going up. Playoff final between Northampton and Stevenage. We're going to be facing off against Morecambe and Billericay next season. Billericay Town have been relegated back down to the National League. We know the story of the National League, of course, but the National League North was won by AFC Fylde, with Darlington also going up. So we're going to be facing those 2 teams next season. Barrow, King's Lynn and Droylsden relegated. The National League South, we know Winchester won the playoff final against Bath. Bath miss out again on getting promoted, with Woking going up as champions. But Winchester, I just don't understand how they've done it. They keep going up. Have they spent money? Or perhaps they've just spent a lot on wages, because they've not spent money. But I just think it's almost like it's written in the stars. The game has purposely made these rivals of ours get promoted. They got relegated in the first season, remember, from the 8th tier down to the 9th tier. Promoted that year into the 8th tier. One season they're almost promoted, then promoted from the 8th to the 7th and then to the 6th this year, and they've got out of the 6th into the 5th. What an incredible journey. 4 promotions in 5 seasons from them. I mean, who's their best player? Derek Manning. Now, he looks good. You know, we need... He's on loan from Bristol. They've loaned a player from Bristol City. How are they attracting talent? Who is their manager? Barry Blankley. What a name. But how are they attracting these players? Their reputation is the same as ours. It was probably slightly lower than ours. But they're attracting players. And I just don't understand. What's their facilities like? Limited youth recruitment. So we've got much better youth recruitment. So we should be nicking all the best players from the area. They've got poor youth facilities, poor training facilities, just like us. They're very similar to us. But they're going to be playing at Plumbing Park soon. They are in the looking to expand their stadium though to 3,000 seated. I think that's right. So that's their stadium, because I think in real life the capacity is 5,000, but very few seats. So I think they're going to reduce it to 3,000 and have it a fully seated stadium. So I wonder how long that's going to take, because of course they're going to be playing at our stadium next season. And how will that work? Like, we'll have to make sure we'll alternate every weekend as to who's playing at home, basically. Because there's going to be a lot of games here, because all the youth teams play at the stadiums as well. So, going to be interesting to see how this works. And whether we get revenue from them playing, or do they get the revenue? How's that fixed? How does that work? I'm hoping we get some revenue. If we can double the revenue from gate receipts and stuff because Winchester City are playing there, that'd be great. But I wouldn't be surprised if they get the money. Maybe we'd get the money from the burgers that we sell and that sort of thing. Anyway, that's how the National League South finished. Truro City, Weymouth and Hendon relegated. So next year, I'm looking forward to another season in the National League, facing off against our rivals Winchester City. I don't know who the favourites will be. I presume it's probably going to be Morecambe or Billericay who have been relegated, but I can see Wrexham being a good team, Newport County, those teams towards the top there, but there are teams towards the bottom. I mean, it's a massive surprise Dagenham and Redbridge were relegated, in my opinion. Stockport, Chesterfield, they've got the power to get up. Hereford, there's some good teams at this level. Maybe Winchester City will suddenly turn it on again and get promoted to the Football League, and that'd be a bit embarrassing if they go up and we don't. But thank you for watching this Regen Rovers recap. It's been a good season. We've won the FA Trophy. Onwards and upwards, I say. Until next time, enjoy FM19. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you very soon.